people who are coming to Birkenau to die, over 1 million,
200,000.
100 or 200,000. Why register them?
Yeah.
Why tattoo them if you're sending them to the gas chambers?
Right.
And Auschwitz is a complex of 40 camps where many people are also working by the hundreds of thousands. And there are 3 camps built specifically to Akcja Reinhardt, to the annihilation of Polish Jewry. Treblinka, Bełżec, and Sobibor. There is no work there. There is no factory. There are no barracks for people to sleep. You come to Auschwitz, to Birkenau, and the size is overwhelming. It's huge. Really, huge. Go to Treblinka. There's nothing there. There's a train station, a place. Now there's nothing there, but even if you look at the size of the camp,
600 meter by 400 meter was the size
It's
of the
nothing.
Is a death camp. Yeah,
Yes.
pure death camp.
a transport comes, and in
In the
5 to 10
forest.
hours,
Yeah.
there's no one.
Yeah.
No barracks. People don't need to sleep. And there was no registry of people when they are deported, and there's no registry of people when they come. Nothing.
So that the same with people that were killed and buried, like shot and buried. There's no.
Even in the trains, people died.
There were,
Definitely.
No, I'm saying.
But what I'm saying, when I look at this is heartbreaking because it doesn't have numbers, right? In Warsaw, they had quotas, how many people should be sent every day. Here, I think the quotas were around 8,000 a day, or that was the maximum capacity of the trains. But when you look at this, what do you see? This is the way from Częstochow to Treblinka, and then the way back. But then it says that it's leaving 12:29, it's leaving Częstochowa. At 15:20, it's reaching Piotrków, Petrikau,
Petrikov, yeah.
Bam. And then it's waiting there for an hour 30. And then it's going to Koluski. And then it goes to Skierniewice, which is a long way, and it's waiting in Skierniewice for an hour. And then it's going to Warsaw West Station and waiting there for another 2.5 hours. And then it goes to Danzig, Banov, Dworzec Gdański, next to the Umschlottplatz, the northern station in Warsaw. And then it goes to Malkinia in about 4 hours from Warsaw, and it's 80 kilometers, right? 4 hours. It's waiting for a little time in Malkinia, and then it goes to Treblinka.
Who's this? This is the German.
This is the
timetable.
German railway company and system, which is dealing with like
But this record came from
Germany Railway
Germany
Company.
records
Yeah.
afterwards. People found this.
Yeah.
So they leave at
Yeah,
3 in the
that's what it is.
afternoon. Like if someone
At
was on the
12:30 they
train,
left. At 12:30 they left.
12:30.
And
Yeah.
they got to Treblinka by 5 in the afternoon.
Is that the same day or the following day? No, it's the
The-
following day.
The following day.
5
Yeah,
in the
in the
morning.
morning.
5 in the morning.
5 in the morning.
The following day.
Yeah. How many of them died in the train itself at that point? I imagine they
Yeah,
were like
but
Sardinia.
there were
going.
people who came from 2 weeks from
And there
Oslo
are
or
hours where
Greece
these trains are standing in stations,
Yeah,
waiting.
Sitting, waiting, doing
with
nothing.
so Jews, you could probably hear them shouting.
And if you
Warsaw.
look, if you have 9 hours free, and you watch Claude Lanzmann's Shoah once
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
the most there are many Polish tendencies towards the Holocaust and the extermination of Jews is a subject for 200 separate PhDs. We won't go there, but there is some kind of tendency that I fell asleep and when I woke up the Jews weren't here anymore. But there are people who are but the witnesses, the people who do remember, that did not push it so far from them that it was like being asleep. This is mainly what they remember. They remember trains stopping at stations, sometimes for hours, and people asking for water, people dropping notes, people saying, give this to the Landau family in Ciechanów, send this to Warsaw. Do you have a piece of bread? Do you have a glass of water? Help us. Those trains going to Treblinka, and sometimes when people already knew what Treblinka means, and this interactions of people on the trains. For me, it's too hard to even imagine. And Częstochowa and Treblinka are really in somewhat of close relations because of those 300 people that escaped, which of them 77 lived after the war. I think more than half were people from Częstochowa. And it's a Częstochowa deportation that organized itself in that went to work, that organized the rebellion.
So there was a bit of work there.
What was the work that was
Keeping
done
the
for
Just
Jews?
keeping
no,
it-
no, no. They're organising the people to go through, empty the clothes. and
Who was operating Treblinka? 16 German officers, around 60 mostly Ukrainian aides, and about 160 Jewish workers dealing with loading the bodies, taking them from the gas chambers to the crematorium, burning them, burying them.
That was the
That was more or less.
But they were being recycled because those people
Probably died
were killed and then start again with a
Yes.
new batch.
First, it was very a difficult work, and they were given very little, to
Food.
eat and so on. And second, you don't want witnesses. And those camps, Bełżec, Sobibor, Treblinka, the only ones that are only and exclusively death camps. There is Birkenau, Auschwitz, there is Majdanek, there is Chełmno, but Chełmno had a little concentration camp phase to it, but those three are only extermination. And they were built around June, July of 1942, and when the job is done by September 1943, there are no more Jews in Poland. Ghettos are officially liquidated. Judenrein. Or Judenfreien. Right? No Jews are Jew-free. Basically, there are no Jews in the Generalgouvernement. Still, Jews are living in camps or in hiding or in the woods or whatever, but there are no functioning ghettos. The ghettos that are functioning are in the territories annexed to Germany, Warthegau, Piotrków, Lodz, and so on. And still in Częstochowa, also some compulsory workers that are working in camps, but not as residents in ghettos, but only as inmates in camps. So when the job is done, September 1943, the camps, those three camps, Treblinka, Sobibor, Bełżec, are dissolved and burnt, and all gas chambers blown up, and there's nothing. Right? It ceased to exist. In Treblinka and in Bełżec, they're doing archaeological excavations because you can find nothing. And what you can find in those excavations is the beton floor of the cement floor of the gas chambers. Everything else was wooden barracks. The gas chambers were bricks, but it was blown up. But you can find remnants of the floor of...
Do you say Kaddish here?